Hi guys! So I know at the beginning of the year we made a promise that we were going to start filming our lives and recording it, but 2016 got crazy and we really just haven't taken the time and dedicated the time. So I kind of wanted to take a minute and tell you my story while I have a second. My kids are gone camping with my parents. Hi kids. And my husband's at work. Hi Rye. And I wanted to kind of go a little bit more in depth about my hysterectomy journey. I know that in the first video we kind of touched over the fact that I have had a hysterectomy. Yes, I'm 33 years old. Yes, I had that hysterectomy 5.5 years ago when I was 28 years old. And no, it is not a decision I've ever regretted for 1 minute of my life. Those are kind of things that I hear often from people. I get questions all the time. Why did you do it? What made you do it? What was the cause that made you do it? Do you regret it? How many medicines do you have to take a day? Do you feel older? Has it affected your personality? There's so many questions that people ask. So I kind of wanted to tell you my story, and then I can answer questions if you guys have them, but I wanted to kind of give you guys my backstory on why I had it done. So after I had our daughter in 2005, I noticed that I was really uncomfortable, and I was uncomfortable more than most females are uncomfortable. I was not just uncomfortable for a week, I was uncomfortable for 3 weeks. And I would eat something and then instantly look 5 months pregnant again. And I would feel super tired and super weak every time it was that glorious time of the month because I was bleeding so much. So I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the outcome would be. I didn't know if I was just being a huge wuss and it was something that happened after you had multiple children. So I went to my doctor. My doctor was this wonderful man. He's fabulous, and he's no longer in Vegas, but he was so good. And he was a little bit concerned. So he was like, let's do a what they call a laparoscopy. So they go inside through your belly button and they kind of look around. And he told me, he said, if I find something, you'll wake up and you'll have more than one incision. You'll have your belly button one, and then you'll have an inch one down at the bikini line where I've gone in to kind of clean some stuff out. Woke up, 2 incisions. I knew he'd found something. I didn't know good or bad. I was still loopy from anesthesia. But when I went back for my follow-up with him a week later, I found out that they had found endometrial growths. What that means is there's scar tissue that builds up in the uterus that you shed every month when you don't get pregnant. For someone who suffers with endometriosis, those growths are growing outside of the uterus. And so it's like scar tissue that's pulling and tying, and then your body's stretching, and it's, so painful. And so they cleaned me up inside and then started something called Lupron Depot. That's what I'm saying. Depot. And it's an injection that you get. I think I got it once a week, but you can get it once a week, you can get it once a month, and then it's a period of 3 to 6 months determined by your doctor as far as what your individual needs were. So I believe mine was once a week for 6 months. And I got a little bit better. I felt a little bit better. But what that medicine does is it puts you into a false menopause. So your body thinks that it's completely shut down. It allows it to kind of have some recovery period, some time out. And the idea is then when they restart your system, that it starts as a whole new person and a whole new inside, and it doesn't come back, and you feel glorious, and it's wonderful. That's not what happened to me. So, we kind of talked with my doctor, what do we do? What do we do? And he was like, well, it's a good thing you had 2 kids already because you probably would never get pregnant again. And if you did, you probably wouldn't be able to carry that baby to term. Not many women with endometriosis can get pregnant because it does cause fertility issues. So we had a boy and a girl. We were perfectly content. We'll just leave it at that. I didn't want to put my body through anything it didn't need to go through. I didn't want to risk not being able to do things with my other 2 children in order to have a 3rd baby. So we were done. Then we got pregnant. Out of nowhere, told I couldn't conceive, we got pregnant. I love that little boy. He's the light of our little life. He completed our family in ways that we could not have expected, but he was not planned. And he was very hard on me. It was a very, very hard pregnancy. I was sick a lot. I had to take a lot more medicines. I had to get injections in my neck at one point because of migraines. Oh, so bad. And then he was born, like they said, 6 weeks early. I couldn't carry him to term. And then after that, I had my tubes tied right away because I knew that I was not going to go through it again. I didn't want to risk it again. And, we went through another couple of laparoscopies to try to get my system cleaned out after having a baby. Nothing was working. I was still sick. I was still in pain. I now had 3 kids that I was having to take a bunch of pain medicine and be at home with them and not be as functional of a mom as I could have been. And it was sad. It was something I didn't want to put my children through. So I went to the doctor. I said, what's the next step? What do we do? And he's like, let's try another round of the Lupron. Fine. I'll try anything at this point to get better. Didn't work. He was like, okay, well, there's this other thing we can do. It might help you. It might not. It will at least help you with any heavy bleeding or anything like that, but it probably won't help with the pain, but it might. It's worth a shot. So it's called an endometrial ablation. And there's several ways that they do it. The way that mine was done was under general anesthesia at the hospital. They put you to sleep. They fill the uterus with basically boiling water and burn the whole surface of the uterus. Then, when everything heals, because that surface is like scar tissue, it doesn't shed so that you no longer can have an actual period. You no longer will bleed. Didn't work. So he said, let's try it again. Didn't work. He said, let's do another round of Lupron. Didn't work. And at that point, I was like, am I just going to live like this forever? Is this my life? And he said, there's something else we can do, but it's a little bit drastic, and you're really young. So you would have to make a decision with your husband and with your children and with, him, so whether or not that was worth it for me. And that choice was the complete and total hysterectomy. When I say complete and total, I lost my cervix, I lost my uterus, I lost both fallopian tubes and both ovaries. It was a long recovery period. I was in the hospital for a week, and then I was on bed rest for a month when I came home, and then I still wasn't up and functional for about 6 months to where I was totally comfortable and back to feeling like myself. And it was hard. It was hard on everybody. And there were definitely days in those first couple months where I was like, did I make the right choice? Was this the right choice for my family? And looking back, it was worth those couple of really hard months to have basically a full lifestyle back. Now, I want to clarify something for everybody out there. A hysterectomy is not a cure for endometriosis. It will not make everything better. It will not make you magically wake up and you never have pain, ever, because that's not the way it works. If you are taking hormone replacement therapy and you're putting estrogen back in your body and you have a history of endometriosis, there is a chance that you're still going to have digestive issues. You're still going to have bloating. You might have phantom cramps where you still feel like you're cramping even though you don't have the parts there. In my case, like with a lot of women, you gain a lot of weight. I'm looking at like 50 pounds. And you have severe mood swings and night sweats and hot flashes, and there are definitely repercussions for doing it. For me, in my life, those repercussions are so mild in compared to how I was feeling before. So I was 100% fine with it. I'll take sweating at night. I'll take making my house 65 degrees and everybody else wear a sweater year round so that I'm comfortable. Because mama comes first. Joke, I don't come first. Everybody else doesn't mind. If they really minded, I probably wouldn't do it, but nobody else seems to mind. They like it when it's cold. I'll take it. So I will be on medicine forever to try to, keep my body regular. Now, when I say forever, maybe when I'm 60, I could make a choice to not take it because that's a normal menopause age. Maybe I won't. I know women that are in their 60s, 70s that still take a low dose estrogen pill because it helps them feel normal. So I literally could be looking at medicine forever. And that's okay with me because I would rather have some mild phantom cramps. I would rather have some digestive issues if I eat the wrong food. I would rather have gained weight and sweat all the time and be able to be awake with my kids, to not be reliant on, you know, whether it's over-the-counter or prescription pain pills, just to function, to be able to laugh with them and enjoy time with them, and to enjoy time with my husband, and to not look at my week and go, okay, I should be free on Friday, but then Friday comes and I feel terrible and I have to cancel, because that was my life. I was dictated by my pain. And now I'm not. I'm dictated by myself, and that's a wonderful feeling. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not. And it's definitely a decision that you can't take lightly. It's a decision that you have to think about. And, you know, if you're a meditative person, meditate over it. Talk to your family about it. Talk to your significant other, because it will impact your life with them. You know, talk to your children. Make sure they understand that you're going to be out of commission for a couple months. It's a definite life changer, but for me it was worth it. And I would never go back and say, no, I don't want to do it, because it has made my life better. Moving forward, I will take everything a day at a time. I'm looking for a new doctor to hopefully get on some bioidentical medicines, because they are better for you than pharmaceutical medicines as far as hormone replacement therapy. But that's a whole nother journey that I'm still taking, and that I'm willing to take, and I'm happy to take it, because I made a choice that bettered my life. Whether, someone else has the same set of symptoms as me, hysterectomy still might not be the best choice for them, especially if you're not done having kids, because it literally makes it so you can't have kids, because I don't have a baby maker. But that's all. That's my story. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the little comment section down below, and I will answer them as often as I can. If you have a similar story, I would love to hear your story. Go ahead and shoot me a message, and I will read it. I would love to know what your journey's been like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.